Hello people and welcome back to News Review. This week there is the power release of Knights of the Round Table, which is very exciting because next is Sengoku Samurai, which contains Hideyoshi. But that's not the only reason why it's good. It's because this time they've actually buffed the cards to, I would say, an acceptable level. So first off, there's Arthur Light Human. She can have Light Human and her own series, which is one of the first OC cards that can do this, I believe. Since collabs have their own series, but you know, this is the first time that OCs have been able to do this, which is quite okay since the Light Human pool is kind of small, but it is quite good. Attack multiplier is fine. The HP times 1.8 on both sides is okay. You can get up to like a pretty average HP level nowadays, nothing crazy. Other runestones, they affect of light and heart, so you have no worries about attack or recovery. By dissolving all runestones of one type in the first batch, team attack times 1.35 additionally. So you'll basically want to dissolve the board cleanly, and then for each group of non-light runestones dissolved, combo count +1. To the max +4 combo, so that's just a nice shield breaking ability. For the team skill, you get extra 5 seconds of movement time, which is nice. You ignore Electrify, Sticky, and Burning, which is quite okay. And then for Knights of the Round Table, they all become light attribute, and then launch an extra attack of its original attribute as much as 50% of its attack. So Arthur can now solve quintet attack shields. By dissolving a group of 5 runestones, 5 or more runestones in a cross shape in the first batch, you can stun the enemies for 1 round once per wave, which is good if you want to delay them for whatever reason. And then at the end of the round, you turn 3 runestones into a corner into enchanted Light Human runestones, which synergizes with these other things because you get 2.5 times attack additionally by dissolving those human runestones. And then if light runestones are exploded, team attack is 2.5, and that will just come naturally from, you know, Skydrop. She has 2 active skills as well. One is you convert the whole board into 6 columns of enchanted runestones in this order right there. And then the second active is by dissolving water, fire, and earth, you get these effects. Also ignores initial shield, and notably launches 2 extra fire attacks. Because of just all of this, I think it's worth 175 diamonds, but with an asterisk, is because she's only good as a leader if you have she's only like top tier as a leader if you already have a good amount of light human cards. A lot of those are collabs, but also like, yeah, a lot of those are collabs, which is the reason why I put an asterisk here if you don't have the necessary light human cards. But in the original like Madhead design cards, there are also a couple that are good, like Huangzhou or Yuansha, which can also buff your HP up by a bit. Next up is Lancelot, who as a leader is still a little bit of a meme, so that's not very good. So I'll skip past his leader and team skills. He has 2 active skills like before. The first active is now Explode Water and Light to generate Enchanted Dark and Enchanted Heart, and at the end of the round, convert runestones into Enchanted Dark Demon runestones, which is still, you know, kind of unique because always at the end of the, if you convert at the end of the round, that's different to, you know, converting at the start of the round. You can have some shenanigans happen with that. And the second skill, the attack booster from before, it's powered up now. It becomes to the max ×5. Before it was ×4. He also ignores initial shield now, and then it stays in play until no attack is launched by the character, which sometimes nowadays is troublesome because, you know, you get like put to sleep, you get locked or stuff like that. But he is the only dark demon that can ignore initial shield, so that's still quite valuable. So I put him as 50 diamonds just because dark demon is also an established archetype. Next up is Merlin, light elf. As a leader is pretty much trash, but there is this point of the team skill that's important when there is her and 3 or more elves in the team. So her and 2 other elves basically. You synchronize the recovery value across the entire team, which synergizes with her active because she gives an attack boost the more attributes in the team there are. But this second part can now always be active regardless of what the leader is if you just have her and 2 other elves in the team. So she can solve quintet attack shields, I believe a first for elves, except for, you know, obviously Nocturne, I think that's her name, the fire elf jackpot. And then each member launches an extra dark attack and also just a bit of recovery. This part is the same as before, but this part is quite nice. So that's why I put 50 diamonds, because of this specific team skill that makes it very versatile, especially in elf teams. Next up is the small prizes. They all basically just got small boosts. Galahad is fine. I mean, Water Human already has an anti-poison in the form of the new Cygnus, but this is good because, you know, you just have a pseudo attack boost, a pseudo stat booster rather, because of attack and recovery, and Water Human is an established archetype, so I guess that's fine. Tristan is the first fire card that can alter the enemy's attribute into earth instead of igniting him and then turning him to fire like all the other fire cards, which is why he's unique. Bedivere is a little bit above 5 diamonds because he can serve both as an attack booster for just, you know, fire, but also for Arthur because he becomes light and then light attack times 2, which is quite okay. And then he can also help Knights of the Round Table and his own attribute get a CD reduction, so that's just faster. Next is Gareth, which is 5 diamonds. Once again, the first Earth Human that can freeze the enemy, which is quite good. And then Gawain, the meme as always, a little bit worse than 5 diamonds because it's like, it's just a normal attack boost. Although it can be quite a strong one if you combine it with some, you know, some self-attack multipliers, because it chooses the humans with the highest attack basic value instead of just random like it was before. In addition to these cards, these are the only new cards, and I think if you don't have this series, I think obviously if you don't have enough diamonds, then, you know, you should wait for the collab, the My Hero collab that's coming. But if you do, I think Arthur is quite a good leader, especially now that you can theoretically just do a self-contained team. I don't know how good that will be, because there is a limit to, you know, how like the shield breaking ability of this seal will be. But yeah, she is very good, I think, with the buff. There are a couple events coming up, which is just, you know, these stages of unswerving loyalty, and also a challenge medley, which will give you 5 diamonds completing all 10 stages. I'll be sure to make some videos on those when they come out. That's it for this week. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.